What's up, guys? Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, today, as you can see, we have book club series episode 3. All right, we're back on the grind, we're less busy, and we have Lightlark, Lightlark. I know this is popular. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if this is one of the like Hunger Games esque books, but we'll see. I don't have my tabs. I left them at home. And I won't be able to be home for another 2 weeks. So this book will be tabless, which is hurting me as an annotator. But I have a pen, so that's as good as we can do. And I might highlight since I don't have my tabs. I need this book to be pretty in some kind of way. All right. So this is for Herika's book club. Um So I'll put the screenshot of her favorite book club on the screen if you guys want to join. I know anybody can at any time. I haven't asked her this personally. I just know there are new members every single day. All right. So it's still open and you can join at any time at any month. Um and participate or not. Like last month, if you saw episode 2, if you haven't, go ahead and check that out. It's in a playlist, so you can watch episode 1 and 2 and then watch this one. Or you can watch this one and then go back and watch episode 1 and 2. But it's in a playlist, so it's easy to find. Um, Last month I did This Could Be Us for Corey Tyler's book club in her Discord. So, just finding book clubs and deciding which book I want to read. Yeah. So I'm going to start this and then obviously I'll be back with updates when I have some. Mwah. So, Lightlark, first update. In the last clip, there, I am like, I have this wild reaction, okay? Because Miss Girl, I don't know, it's at the very beginning, so technically it's not a spoiler, but it very well could be. so I'm not gonna say it. But how the heck? How? How the heck is she gonna pull this off? If you don't know about Lightlark, if you have never heard of it, or you've heard of it but you haven't really watched any videos or anything on it, Lightlark is an island, okay? It's the name of an island. And on this island, every 100 years for 100 days, this thing called the Centennial goes down, okay? And the six rulers come, they gather, and they battle on Lightlark during the Centennial, okay? Um, and one of them to break the curses that's on like all the lands and all the realms, right? But in order for one of those curses to be broken, one of them gotta die. Dun dun dun. One of them has to not survive. Um, but if a ruler dies, so does their people, because the ruler sustains its people in their realm, okay, with the powers that they have. Now, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just gonna let y'all know. I don't know how this chick is gonna survive. Like I mean, there are two more books. So obviously her as a main character, she's like plot armored down. She's clearly plot armored down because like the fighting and stuff hasn't happened yet. But this girl had almost died twice already. And the fighting didn't even start yet. So how is she gonna survive when the fighting starts? Like I said, plot armored down. This is feeling like anime. Like if you watch anime, the main character, plot armor. So much plot armor. But I mean, it's about them. So they're not gonna die, right? The plot is going to keep them alive. That's what it feels like it's gonna happen here. Also, I have a ship already, and it is not with the dark haired man, 500-year-old man, okay? It's not with him. It is with the king of Lightlark. I want them to be together. Just saying. I want them to be together because the vibes are there. The vibes are there. The vibes are there. I want them to be with each other. But um yeah, I'm on chapter 4. It says Grim, so I don't know if this is from his point of view or what. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read for a little bit and then update you guys later or after or during this chapter. But I'm liking it so far. I really am. I'm liking it so far. I My favorite genre is fantasy. I love fantasy, and I love when it's done right. Also, the world building and the lore dropping is done really well. So, I have I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much because the last fantasy I read really let me down, aka Throne of the Fallen. Miss Carrie, I will never forgive you for that. I won't. But so I'm not gonna get my hopes up too high. But I have a feeling. I have a feeling about this one here. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a pretty good series. Okay, it has potential, and so far, it's not spoiling said potential. So yeah, I'm gonna sit right here and read. I would sit somewhere else, but my me and my roommates we all were getting ready for an event for this morning, and the apartment is in shambles because 3 women live in it, and we were all getting ready and getting cute and putting makeup and stuff on. So we're not gonna show you what that looks like. Back into Lightlark. Isla and Oro, the king, they seem to be getting along pretty well. Okay, well, getting along better. I know I haven't had any updates for you guys. This weekend has been crazy busy, but I have been reading, obviously. So, yeah. I'm Team Isla and Oro. They're getting to know each other. Is she gonna, y'all? Oh, y'all. Oro, when I catch you, when I get my hands on you, it's up and stuck. All right, guys, it is the next morning. All right, first of all, last night I only read a couple chapters, right? I got 70% through. This weekend, this past weekend, it's Sunday right now. Friday and Saturday, um, I was really busy. And so I did do a lot of reading, but I couldn't do a lot of recording. So what's going to happen right now is you guys are just going to sit here and watch me finish the book. Again, I'm 72% in. So I'm going to finish this. And then I did go to Barnes and I got the second book. I got Night Babe because I feel like this is going to end on somewhat of a cliffhanger. And I need to see what's like, I need to have what's coming next. Like, yeah. And then I also got Legend Born. I don't know what Barnes' problem is or who like Tracy Beyond's publisher is or whatever, but they had Legend Born only and only in paperback. And I have not seen Blood Marked or Oathbound. Oathbound just came out. But I know for a fact that Oathbound is not in paperback yet. Well, let me not say I know for a fact, but I haven't seen Bloodmarked or Oathbound, which just came out last week, in paperback. But they only had Legend Born in paperback, and they only had Legend Born, and they only had about 4 copies, and then I got one, so there's 3 copies left there. What is wrong with them? Like, this Legend Born series is really, really, really popular. And they don't have anything, but they had a table full of all surgeon masks. They had all of her stuff. Like, she hasn't even dropped anything recently. but they have a whole table full of everything. But you don't have 3 books from a series that's really popular. Are you kidding me? Like, and the third book just came out last week. Is y'all cool? I don't know anything about how that happens. Do they request a certain amount of books? Are they given a certain amount of books? I don't know. But whoever is dropping the ball needs to do better. Okay? Um, so yeah. I'm gonna finish this and then I will give my rating and my thoughts and then we will end the video. Okay? Okay. So let's get back into it. Alex Aster, I'm talking directly to you right now. Stop. What? What? So many things are happening right now. Let's set up so we can talk about this. Let's first things first. First things first. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for Miss Alex Astor. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, that's enough. No more claps. 5 stars. 5 5 stars. When I tell y'all, okay, let's be transparent. This series, we're going crazy on book talk. Going crazy on book talk. I didn't want it because people were saying it was like the Hunger Games, which it's not really like the Hunger Games. People think fighting for your life equals Hunger Games, and it doesn't. Um, that's what people do in fantasy books. They fight for their lives, whether it's organized or not, right? It's not giving Hunger Games at all. Lightlark is giving Lightlark. It is so unique. It is so unique. And being a fantasy girly, like my main genre is fantasy. The most books I own are fantasy books. The most books I've read are fantasy books, okay? Shows, movies, my favorite genre in any media is fantasy, okay? Being a fantasy girly, this was very unique. This was very unique. Um, you can only get so different when it comes to fantasy, but this was great. This did not feel like anything I've ever read or seen. Um, this was great. This was great. Very fantasy heavy. Very fantasy heavy. Like, we focus on the lore heavily. I love, love that. The romance in this was subplotted. And when I say subplotted, I mean subplotted. Love that. Love that. The romance felt like a treat and not like it was overshadowing the reason I picked this up for the fantasy, right? 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. So let's do a little bit of a recap of what this book is about because I haven't done that, right? I've just been reading and talking. So Lightlark follows Isla. She is a wildling and she is one of 6 rulers, all right, of realms. She is the wildling ruler of the wildling realm, right? Of the wild realms, right? There is the starlings, all right, the skylings, the moonlings, the sunlings, and the nightshades, okay? All 6 rulers every 100 years for 100 days participate in the centennial, okay, on the island Lightlark, okay? Um, and what they're doing is they are trying to find a way to break the curses that are upon all of them, all right? So the whole prophecy is one ruler dies, you know, to save everyone else, okay? But it's not just the ruler dying. They have to basically recommit the offense that caused the curses to be spun in the first place. So but they have to work together. So again, not like Hunger Games, because they have to work together. Now, in the Hunger Games, you make alliances for as long as you can, until you until y'all are the only ones left and then you kill each other. But um that's not this. You make alliances because you have to work together to save your people and the other 5 realms, okay? But once that happens at the end, everybody has to decide one of the realms to be wiped out, basically. Um, but that's the hard part, which is why the curses have never been broken. All right, which is why they're still doing centennials every 100 years for 100 days on Lightlark. I This was really good. Like, her writing, like, this wasn't just, oh, a book talk, like, oh, everybody's talking about this, oh, this is a popular book talk book, and it's not really that good because it's very tropey and the romance overshadows the fantasy aspect, which is why we're all reading fantasies, even though I'm not calling it a romantasy. I'm not doing that's not a real genre. That's the reason why we're reading fantasies, is because we want the mystical, the magical. We want the world building and the power structures and all this other stuff. Like, we want that, and then the romance is the cherry on top. We're not reading fantasy for the romance. If you just want to read romance, just read romance. That's my little rant. This was really good. World building, bomb. Lore dropping, bomb. Twist after twist after twist. What? Liars. All of them. Liars. This was so good. This was so good. Very descriptive. There's a scene in here. I think I have a clip of me reading it. There's a scene in here that was so gross. So gross. It was disgusting. Um okay, not really. I am being dramatic. But when am I not dramatic? But mm, mm, it was kind of nasty. If I saw that on screen, I wouldn't be able to tear my eyes away. But I was feeling what the people was feeling when I was reading it and they was watching it. Like, yo, Alex Astor, did you have to get that detailed? Nothing crazy, like nothing like, yeah. I also love the fact, because the last fantasy I read was Throne of the Fallen. No shade to Miss Carrie Maniscalco. That's book club series part 1. If you want to go watch that, it's in this playlist. But um, that was terrible. It was really bad. This was worlds above that. This was worlds above that. Huh? Are you kidding me? I I like how it ended. I love how it ended. I did go and buy the second book, but I don't feel like I need to read the second one immediately. So I'm gonna take a little bitty break from this read something else. Um, Actually, I think what I'm reading next, I have quite a few trilogies. I need to finish a series actually. That's one of my goals for this year, but I'm just in the beginning of and in the middle of quite a few series. Maybe I'll be able to do finishing series I'm in the middle of or continuing series I'm in the middle of. Um, but that's doesn't pertain to this. This is really good. 5 stars. This was amazing. I was on the edge of my seat for most of it. I was twisting and turning for most of it in the best way. Like, and the twists make sense. Like, nothing that happened was like, okay, that don't even make sense. Like how that just twisted like that, like how that just ended up. No, everything made sense. She can tell a story. She can tell a story. And I love that. I love that. I love that. Wow. This was great. Wow. Wow. There's an excerpt of Nightbane at the end, but I'm not gonna read it because I have the book. So I'm gonna keep myself surprised. Um, but yeah, I wasn't gonna get this because Book Talk was hyping it up, and Book Talk had let me down with Throne of the Fallen. But I got this because, again, this is a book club book, so I wanted to participate in the book club this month, and I could do it with the first book in a trilogy. So I got it. Man, I'm so happy that my fellow book club members voted for this. I'm so happy. So happy. Ah, wow. They did their big one. They did their big one. Um, yeah, like this was good. Alex Astor is a good writer. She might have just become an auto buy author for me because the way she told this story was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Um, I really don't have anything else to say. I don't have complaints. 5 stars. Um, so yeah, now at this point you already know the drill. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button because I mean, if you made it this far, that means you liked it. So you might as well go ahead and like it. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I mean, because let's face it, if you liked it, that means you want to see more of me. So you might as well go ahead and subscribe. And then go ahead and hit that notification bell so you always know when I post another video. All right. That's it. Happy reading.